Hello Internet, welcome to a little Brickrig's guide to tank engagements. So, you have just joined into a Brickrig server for the first time with a few of your friends, and you want to have a tank engagement. This isn't what kind of tank you should pick, just how you should go about in the fight. Now, let's look at this lovely Panzer IV here. Looks pretty crude, with all of these studs poking out, but overall this is a very formidable tank. It has decent speed, decent armor, and a decent gun. Pretty well rounded. Let's look at your tank. Now this is my personal MBT. You may have noticed a few videos ago I said that the Leopard 2 was my main battle tank. It is, like, just last night it has changed to this. But anyway. So, how you go about fighting in this engagement here is really going to depend on what kind of shell you're using. So if I aim down to the ground real quick, I click mouse 1. That's an AP round. I click middle. Well, what to you is the 2 on your numpad, but for me I've bind it as my middle mouse button. That's an HE round. HE rounds are more common in tanks, but for the first half of this video, I'll be talking about AP rounds. Now, if I fire at the turret with an AP round, I completely miss center turret. That's a problem with this tank, there's no sights, but anyway, let's fire again. Now if I jump into this tank, let's see if it's disabled or not. Gun's disabled, machine gun's disabled, but it can still move. Now, your main goal of a tank engagement is to either destroy the tank entirely or kill the driver. You notice there that I had to take 2 shots to take out the turret, and he could still move his tank. When you're using AP shells, what you want to do is you want to see that little vision slit right there. That vision slit right there. That's generally where the driver is going to sit. You want to aim there, roughly. I completely missed. Please, tank designers, put sights on your tanks. But anyway, aim up. Now, where I'd shot, if the driver was actually in the vehicle, I would have killed him. But anyway, you want to aim center mass for several reasons. If I can, that's one reason you could do that. Or you could hit the engine. There are so basically most tanks in this game have a turret basket in it. Oh my god. You just need to be difficult, don't you? Now if you can see in there, that shaft is spinning with the turret. That, again, oh my god, I need to turn do not disturb mode. Anyway, perfect. So, you see that's turning with the turret. Now, so if you can take out that shaft in the middle, the whole tank is now basically dead because the turret's gone. Your main goal is to take out the turret. I aim center, I hit it, which I completely missed then. I'm really not used to shooting at this tank, so bear with me. Let's go respawn it. I'm much better shooting at it sideways. Let's do that. See, you hit that shaft, the whole turret comes off. So now they're probably still in their sights, trying to turn the turret around to you. They're going to take a second to realize what's going on. So in their moment of confusion, you're going to want to hit their engine. And now the entire tank is disabled and you've won. Very beautiful, isn't it? Wonderful burning tank. So let's go straight on again, and let's aim up. Now for HE rounds. For AP, you need to aim center mass, But for HE rounds, you're going to want to aim for the turret, because that pulls up a big pile of smoke, and you can keep pelting away at the turret until the gun comes off. You can just keep firing. So, like, if I quickly jump over here, all they're going to see is a big pile of smoke in their face. So, generally what you want to do is AP rounds, aim center mass, HE rounds, aim for the turret. Now, let's turn this tank on its side. Now, so let's say you're off in between a few buildings hiding, and a tank comes across in front of you. This is what you're going to see. Now, this tank is moving. In theory. Where do you want to aim on this tank? It really depends on how far you are and how familiar you are with the tank model. Like in this Tiger here, you would think that the driver is sitting there. Now he is, but for some bloody reason, the seat is tilted back. So now if I fired an AP round in there, I would completely miss the driver. Now, I'd probably come back here and hit the engine, but the driver's still alive. So you can either aim for the driver, aim for the engine, or you can try to aim for the turret. In my opinion, always go for the engine first. That'll stop the tank dead in its tracks. From there, you can either shoot at the turret, or shoot at the driver. Whichever one you think is more viable for your situation. Now, spotting a tank is not entirely easy. So, let's spawn this in here. And we're tank driver. We're coming down the road real quick. Now, do you see any tanks here? You could be scanning. I could tell you that there's a tank here somewhere. You could be scanning for minutes. I don't know how long, but I've had some people looking for tanks upwards of 40 minutes for me to just say there's not a tank there. And I've done this a few times where I've had tanks there and I've had no tank there, and almost every single time, no one has been able to spot the tank. So, if you are, like, coming down here and a shot comes past you, let's say that there's a Stug 3, like, hiding in the alleyway there or something. That shot coming right past you. Well, there are a few schools of thought that you can apply to. One is to throw an HE round in his face. You're probably going to miss him, but it's going to throw a bunch of smoke in his face. So now he can't see. You could stop your tank like I have here. You could start to retreat, or you could try to go as fast as you can towards him. There's an alternative method that isn't really that useful, but you can try shooting at a building and knock it down on top. I've only did that once, and it almost missed him. But, I mean, if it works, it works. Now, what you never want to do, you never want to stop right here. Let's say there's a Stug over there in the trees. I'm shooting at him going pew pew, and I look over here and I see like a tiger or something coming from these buildings here. I only have two directions to go here. I can either go forward or backwards. You're probably going to pick backward. And they know this. They're going to start aiming up behind you. When you start going past you, they're going to shoot and they're going to take you out. If you're going to stop, you want to stop here. So that if a tiger comes up there, you can very slowly turn and move in an unpredictable pattern. So you can get off the road, and now he might be aiming still back over there. He might need to wrangle his whole turret or in the case of the Stug 3, the entire tank. So, in the case that you come up against a tank destroyer like the Stug 3, the rule of shoot the turret doesn't really apply as well. There is no turret to shoot at. Now, if I pull over here and grab a Hetzer or something, let's see how long it takes me to find a good tank destroyer. I know there was one here yesterday. Just in case of finding it again. You know what, I'm just going to go Hetzer. Is there any good ones? Now, before anyone comments this, I know it's technically not a Hetzer. I know it's a Jagdpanzer 4. But I'm going to call it Hetzer because that just sounds better. Anyway, that's the Tiger. Actually, I'm going to grab that. There'd be a good contrast between AP and HE. Let's get rid of that little Panzer 4. So now you're going to run with the tank destroyer here. You really want to aim for the gun. That did a lot more damage than I was expecting. Wow. You really want to aim for the gun and try to disable it. Now let's jump in. Let's see how much damage I did. Now, another side note for tank people who make tanks: give your guns slight ability to turn. It is so annoying that you angle the entire tank. But anyway, tank destroyers are usually really small, compact, but really hard hitting. If I aim up a shot real quick, did that disable the tank? Nope. This one seems to be an exception to that rule, but let's ignore that. So, let's aim up another shot with HE. Well, not AP. So you want to use AP, take out tank destroyers. Oh my god. And that's exactly why. They're that small that you're pretty guaranteed to hit the engine no matter where you shoot it. AP in general is just better for taking on tanks. If you build tanks, give them AP, especially if you want them to engage other tanks. But anyway, I think that's just about everything covered for tank engagements.